9 o'clock on your Saturday morning. Thanks for sticking with us. Anna Chalker alongside Sean Ash. It is a beautiful morning. I stepped out for a little bit and I was pleasantly surprised because this week was just sticky.
Oh,
and I felt
my
like
goodness.
Felt everything on
I mean, look, I'm not saying this is fall air
Yeah.
because it's not. It is just not that really nasty, humid air we had a few days ago.
And it's going to be a little different today because we have so many events going on.
Got a lot going on. Listen, sunscreen it up if you have to be outdoors, or make sure you got your umbrella, and it is going to be warm too. This warm up is going to happen pretty quick. So let me show you the vantage point we have here. Beautiful shot of downtown Indy from the INDOT camera there along I-70 as it looks toward the east. And here's some of our other cameras. You can see over in Bainbridge, just some wispy clouds coming overhead. Here's what it looks like there in Connorsville. Good morning, Fayette County. Let's show you what it looks like there on the campus of IU. Again, some of those mid-high level clouds. And last camera stop, we're looking east toward the city from IMS. You can see a little bit of that haze and almost a little patchy early morning fog. So 71 with the dew point of 61. Remember a few days ago, that dew point was 75, 76. So we've gone from as humid as it gets around here to what we typically see. But dew points are going to climb a little bit as the wind turns to the southwest. And it eventually is going to get even more muggy tomorrow morning before it gets better tomorrow afternoon and evening into Monday and Tuesday. So a lot of sunshine if you're coming downtown for the Pride Parade forecast there. Warm and sunny. We've got you in the 80s. Afternoon, 5, 6 p.m., possible for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Can't rule out a severe storm here locally. There's obviously going to be a much higher chance of severe weather to our west for today. But we still have this risk of severe weather. That means we can't completely rule out a few severe thunderstorm warnings. I'll have more on that rest of the weekend forecast here in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Sean. And we begin this morning with a deadly shooting investigation that happened on Indy's southeast side. It happened around 10:15 last night on State Avenue, where officers focused their investigation in the parking lot that you see of the Indy Quick Pantry. The victim was taken to the hospital, but later died. No word this morning on any suspects. As we learn more on this investigation, we'll have that for you on WTHR.com. Now to Owen County, where a sheriff's deputy was injured by gunfire. And what started as a missed appointment ended in aggression. Our Brandon Schaff talked with investigators and is breaking down what brought law enforcement to the secluded rural Indiana road.
High above Owen County, a state police helicopter surveys this wooded area. A 58-year-old suspect was barricaded in a building on Texas Pike after investigators say he shot at law enforcement. An Owen County Sheriff's deputy was hit and transported to an Indianapolis hospital. Before the gunfire, a sheriff's deputy was conducting a welfare check at a home for the county probation department.
The first deputy arrived on scene. Shots were fired towards that deputy. The deputy immediately called out that shots were fired. Approximately 10 to 15 minutes later, other officers from the Owen County Sheriff's Department and the Spencer Police Department arrived on scene. Gunfire exchange.
The suspect was barricaded for at least 2 hours. Several agencies responded to the scene, including negotiators attempting to talk to him. Eventually, the suspect gave himself up, and police took him into custody.
This is a very serious situation. Anytime that we're putting our uniform on, we know that we're putting ourselves in harm for the public. What we ask now is for the public just to take a moment of silence, say a little bit of prayer for the deputy, and ask for a speedy recovery.
ISP will investigate this incident, and the investigation is ongoing. In Owen County, Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
And at last check, the deputy who was injured is said to be stable. And back here in Indy, where downtown is expected to be packed today. Major events bringing thousands of people into the heart of the city. But with those large crowds comes a focus on safety. For all events, attendees will find signs with maps, emergency information, and a list of prohibited items. That's like guns, illegal drugs, or flammable material. And organizers with these events say creating a safe environment is one of their biggest priorities.
It's the number one thing that we consider. It's unfortunately the reality of having a public event right now.
Because of these big crowds, IMPD says they encourage you to plan ahead for any of these events happening this weekend and also be aware of any changes when it comes to those areas. And the first of those events kicks off in just 1 hour. The Indy Pride Parade will bring thousands to Mass Ave, and that's where our Marina Silva is this morning as setup is underway. And Marina, I am sure many people are already getting there to get their spot so they can get the best view of the parade.
Absolutely, you're right, Anna. Just within the last 20 minutes, I've seen so many more people. They're dressed, they're ready to go. We're seeing a lot of smiles as they're here trying to get their spot. I want to show you guys a little over here right now. They've already claimed their spot, this group. They're very excited. You can see they got picnic blankets, some foods. Oh, they're definitely ready to go for this parade. But a lot going on. A lot of businesses are putting the finishing decorations on. So much going on this weekend. There's going to be thousands of people here for the parade that kicks off at 10 in the morning. There's a lot of different organizations, floats, and I'm told a lot of glitter that we'll see today. And it's really just a celebration going on this weekend for Pride and community members. We did speak with the executive director. This is her first year here in Indy. Here's what she had to say.
I've just seen like this overwhelming sense of pride, pun intended, in the fact that Indy Pride is doing such good things in the city, and like, you know, in the state the world is right now, is tough. I don't really feel that. I guess I haven't. Maybe I'm just a little bit in a bubble because of my job and my role and what I do every day. But I feel like that, you know, this city really embraces the community and wants to see us, you know, celebrate and have a good time in June.
A lot of people ready for a good time today and for the rest of the weekend, but I want to tell you about street closures. They are already starting to close down some of the streets. This is a look at the map of which streets will be closed for the parade, and it's going to be a couple of hours, so you're going to want to plan ahead your route if you're coming down here. You're going to be anywhere near the city, but back here live, I want to show you. Look at this crowds of people that are already here. You can see IMPD is already using the barricades in their cars to close down some of these roads. So we're getting a lot closer to the parade. And after the parade, you can head over to Military Park for the festival. So really just a fun day planned at downtown Indianapolis where a lot of people are going to be celebrating and just thousands of people. So we're really excited for it. And we'll keep talking to people around here. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Marina. An exciting time ahead, counting down the minutes. And this Pride weekend, some faith leaders are pushing back against recent moves by Indiana Governor Mike Braun. St. Luke's United Methodist Church just posted a video on social media objecting to a proclamation issued by the governor earlier this month. It declared June Nuclear Family Month, defining a nuclear family as a husband, wife, and children. But leaders in the Indiana Conference of the United Methodist Church say strong families come in all forms.
As a church, we offer each individual and family, regardless of their family structure, our love and support.
That all families are valuable, and why would you put a type of family above other families that are citizens here in Indiana? He is picking and choosing who he thinks should be part of Indiana, and that's not something he gets to do.
And that was Chris Paulson, the CEO of IYG. That's an organization that supports young members of the LGBTQ+ community. Governor Braun was asked last week if his proclamation risked leaving some Hoosiers feeling left out. He said it wasn't about anything other than highlighting the importance of a nuclear family. An Indianapolis resident has filed an ethics complaint against a city-county councilor. Councilors are required to file annual ethics disclosure forms listing outside jobs and any city business tied to those employers. But as our Alex Almanza reports, they say Michael Paul Hart's forms provide little detail.
Sir! Sharp jeers from Eastside residents at a D.C. Block's data center hearing. A proposal still moving through the city process. Among heated debate, resident Megan Lappa is raising a separate question about Councilor Hart, who represents the district where it would be built.
You know, if our counselors have another job, that's fine. Do what you need to do. But you need to be transparent with people what the nature of that is.
Lappa filed a complaint to the Office of Audits and Performance, alleging Hart left out info from his disclosure forms. According to documents, in 2025, Hart lists tech company SHI International as his employer. But when asked to list the amount the company received from the city, Hart writes, quote, check with ISA, or Information Services Agency. The following year, same question, he responded, quote, unknown. 13 News reached out to Councilor Hart, who said he'd need to speak to his caucus attorney and counsel before commenting. He did not respond to questions about the disclosure forms he signed. But city documents show SHI had a contract with ISA running through 2027 worth $6 million. According to SHI's website, the company provides IT hardware and software solutions for a broad range of industries. While Hart has not been found in violation of any ethics rules, Lapa says she wants transparency, especially when counselors weigh in on big projects like data centers.
I don't want to accuse somebody of wrongdoing, and I wouldn't have if he had gone through the appropriate channels to even file his ethics disclosure correctly.
A council spokesperson clarified to 13 News the Office of Audit reviews procedures for city offices and departments, while the Ethics Committee is meant to bring up ethics concerns between councilors. In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
City leaders say only a council member can bring up an ethics complaint against another councilor. So they say neither the Ethics Committee nor the Office of Audits address concerns like this complaint. But that office told us that they forwarded the complaint to the appropriate channel for further action and investigation.